Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hulk.
Jacques.
Hulk.
Merry Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve. Hey, what a win by the Tennessee Titans, Jacques. Wow. Great game. The Tennessee Titans 20-17 versus the San Francisco 49ers. Jacques, what a way to win this game, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, we need to start picking them to lose every game because it seems like we okay. So, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, we did. His name is John, and we did his podcast. It was the
49ers Ultimate Report.
Ultimate Report, and we went on there. We had to do score predictions. You know, we hate score predictions. Like me and Hawk can't stand it because we never get it right. So we picked us to lose. So we might have to start doing that from here on out, man. Saying 55-3.
Right.
And this season hoping for a miracle. But nah, man. Hey, great win.
Yep.
It was cool, man. It was cool to see him kind of joke back to life. And we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Merry Christmas early for everybody. Christmas Eve is today. So good morning to everybody. We definitely want to talk about the game, man. We're so proud of the Titans and how hard they played yesterday, man. So man, listen, we are going to get into it right now, man. So, Jacques.
Yes, sir.
The San Francisco 49ers came in as a favorite versus the Tennessee Titans. They were a 3-point favorite. And the Titans, of course, they always break the mold. And the Titans came in, deflated from the Pittsburgh Steelers game. But, hey, as they always do in bounce back fashion, when you think they're going to lose, they win. That's just what they do. So 20-17, Jacques. So give us reasons why we beat the favored, the playoff bound NFC San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. So number one reason, I think it's the most important reason. No turnovers. No turnovers on the
no paper.
No turnovers on the offensive side of the ball, and defensively, you were able to create turnovers. That was the key. We talked about it. Me and you said the same thing. You don't turn the ball over, you play good football, boom. You straight. We competed. Number two, as you say, you've been saying this all season, and I give you credit. Talent. When you get your talent back, you see what happens, right?
Yep.
I know people want to give up on Tannehill, and I know it was a lot of fussing and everything. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's talent. When you got the talent, when you got your pieces, you see what happens. And AJ was a pissed off, ready to play football AJ. And I got another caveat to that when we get to the players of the game and everything. And three, hey, coaching, right? Coaching, you adjusted. That first drive from San Francisco was scary, okay?
It was, bro.
That was a scary drive. I was like, oh, shoot, here we go. I'm like, these jokers are moving. They methodical. They're getting down the field. This is the 49ers team that everybody's been raving about. Then all of a sudden, you make adjustments. I'm like, okay, wow, this is interesting. Didn't score another touchdown until the fourth quarter. I'm like, good job. Good job coaching, right? Vrabel coached a hell of a game. Todd Downing, which we'll get to later, he did okay. But coaching, that's for me. What about you, Hawk?
So, yes, I speak of talent, and I speak on the fact that we've been leaning towards free agents and seventh-round draft picks out there to be our starters, right? The first reason we won this game is Arthur Juan Brown. As we spoke in our pregame show, we knew if you all just watch the show, the only thing we got wrong was the score, okay? We said the 49ers will struggle against the pass with Arthur Juan Brown. The 49ers defense, their DBs are terrible. No, they're not bad. They're terrible, okay? And we knew that he would have an opportunity to get open. And that's exactly what he did. I'm so proud of A.J. Brown out there, man. So I saw a stat where he had 8 first downs. 8! From third down to first down. 8. That's like an NFL record, like since 2000. Like no other player has done that. He had 145 yards receiving on 11 catches. Amazing. Arthur Juan Brown was our main reason we won this game. Secondly, when you look at our total stats, right? When you look at, how we won this football game, last year, we think of, many opportunities we had. We did a really good job on offense, but this year we struggled at times on third down. We were unbelievable on third down. Okay,
man, facts, no paper.
that was to me, that was sort of the key to this game, is the fact that we converted on so many third downs. We converted on 11 third downs, bro. That's unbelievable. That was the biggest difference. They didn't convert as much. We converted on pretty much, even on 3rd and 26. We converted. Yep. That was a smart play by Ryan Tannehill. And Tannehill looked like the Tannehill of old. It's like, you could just tell he was smiling, man. It's like, man, I got my boy back, man. What's up, homie? That's how he was acting, bro. He's like, I finally got my weapons back. And if you add more pieces to this, we're going to get back to where we used to. Now our defense is cooking, right? And last, shout out to the defense, man. The defense held fort most of the entire game. I know Deebo Samuel had a great game, that he did. But the thing for him is it was more rack yards, not deep plays. He was breaking tackles and getting through. But when they had to really make a play down the field, what happened? Jimmy G throwing interceptions, right? It should have been 4. They should have had 4 turnovers. They only had 2. They were lucky. They should have had 4, right? So our defense, again, held fort. You know, some questionable play by the refs and everything as well, but great job to the defense. Zach Cunningham, Kevin Byard, Jack Rabbit Jenkins,
Amani Hooker,
those guys, Jeffrey Simmons, Naquan Jones. Them boys balled out, man.
Yep. And somebody that kind of had a so-so game is Fulton County Jail. And I understand he trying to play physical against Deebo Samuels, which is kind of actually hard. So, I mean, shout out, like you said, shout out to them boys. So, Hawk, players of the game. Who was your players? It can be a player. It can be a player.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so offense and defense. Who's your offensive player and who's your defensive player?
On offense, I'm going with 11, bro. You know, I'm going with Arthur Juan Brown. You know, again, 11 catches, 145 yards. There was nothing they could do to him. I literally was watching the game like, just throw it to 11, bro. Like, that should be the play call. I know that's crazy, but I'm like, hey, he's cooking. There's nothing the DB can do. And we said in our pregame show, they look for number 20 out there on the field for the 49ers. Why is he guarding A.J. Brown one-on-one? Hey, if you like it, I love it, right? Throw it to him. That's exactly what Arthur Juan Brown did. I think Arthur Juan was just very happy to be on the field. We see the difference when talent is on the field for the Tennessee Titans, right? You know, Ryan Tannehill, he's been throwing it to a bunch of duds out there. And so it's like, okay, he's like, now you all see what happens. Now, because Arthur Juan is out there, we're getting Ferguson more involved, right? We're getting Swain more involved, right? Even Nick Westbrook-Akina, getting him where he made smart plays out there, right? That changed the whole dynamic, man. I'm telling you, is our talent. But I got to give a shout out to Arthur Juan Brown. He played a monster game. We're receivers, man, like, you rare to see a game like that where a wide receiver is just completely dominating the game. He dominated. He's the best player on the field. Great job to you. Mississippi, born and bred, Arthur Brown. For me on defense, it's several guys I could give the game ball to, man. But for me, man, I want to say the whole defensive line, so I can't individualize anybody. I'm going to give it to Rashaan Evans, man. I think Rashaan Evans was a playmaker out on the field for the second week against Jacksonville and against now the 49ers. You know, they try to scheme a lot on offense, and I seen Rashaan Evans flying all over the field. He led the Titans in tackles, knocking helmets off. I mean, just Rashaan Evans is a heavy hitter, and he's playing really good lately. And I know when the contracts come up, and I know that people talk about it a lot, I really like Rashaan Evans. We had other players with sacks and interceptions and stuff, man, but I like the way Rashaan Evans played last night, man. So what about for you, Jacques, on offense and defense, bro?
I mean, I don't mean to mimic you on offense, but like you said, Arthur Juan, which we knew that. If you go back and look at the live and everything, we called it. We said Arthur Juan Brown, A.J. Brown is going to have a big game. Like, it's just, you can tell mentally he's focused now. Mentally, he's there. Honestly, I don't think he was really injured. I think he needed a mental break. And I think with that gave him that mental break to the point where he can kind of focus back on football. He looked like the Arthur Juan Brown from old. So, I mean, he was unstoppable. Me and Hawk talked offline. I said, this is A.J. Brown's coming out for him to be a actual true receiver where he can compete with the top 5 receivers. Because last night I seen him do it at the high point of the ball. I seen him do it at the low point of the ball. I seen him did it at rack. He's a receiver now. Okay. He's not the one-trick pony where you come through the middle, he catches the ball and go. No, he's here, guys, okay? So we have our Julio Jones, per se, if we want to compare him to somebody, because that's how he played. Literally, that's how he played. So, I mean, shout out to Arthur Juan Brown. And I don't think this is going to be a one-time thing. Get ready. because you got two other opponents that I feel like he can do this against, and he's gonna go off against as well. So just look out. I think this is a consistent thing. And shout out to our live show yesterday. I forgot who asked. I don't know if it was Jeremiah. Somebody asked, can Arthur Juan Brown get 1,000 yards? Yeah, if he plays like this again, yes, he'll get us 1,000 yards. I think he's at like 700 now. Something he got 700 something now. So yes, here's the possibility that he got 2 games, he can get 1,000 yards. For me on defense, I'm going different. I'm going the whole. I'm giving the entire defense a game ball. I got to give Shane Bowen and I got to give the defense credit. They held us. They held enough to where when the offense woke up, we were fine. You held them to 17 points again for I want to say the third week in a row. The defense has held the opponent almost at 20 points a bay. Okay.
Yep.
They only scored 2 touchdowns, which was the one at the beginning of the game, and I think the one in the fourth quarter, right? On the rack yard. They adjusted very well.
They did.
They mixed and matched their coverages. They confused Jimmy G. You made Jimmy G look like you made the 49ers picking up Trey Lance. You made it where it's a valid pickup.
Facts, no paper, sir.
You literally said, hey, this is why we picked up Trey Lance, because of Jimmy G does things like this. And if you go back and what we said about the 49ers, I said they're an inconsistent team. We held George Kittle to 2 catches, bro.
Two catches.
2 catches for 21 yards. Okay? 2 catches.
Wow. Unbelievable run game defense.
In check. They only had 83 total rushing yards. That's the only thing they had, right?
Yep.
So you took away the run game and you said, hey, Jimmy G, beat us, right? And he couldn't do it.
That's right.
He couldn't do it. Like, he couldn't do it. He'll beat you. He'll throw the interception this way. He'll throw an interception that way. But he couldn't do it.
Yep.
So ultimately, I give the game ball on defense, just to the entire defense. I mean, they played well. Buddy Pre recorded a sack. Who else had a sack? Was it Jeffrey?
Danico Autry.
Danico Autry had a sack. He had a sack. Hooker had an interception. And
Janoris Jenkins had one.
Janoris Jenkins got his first interception as a Titan.
Yep.
Salute. And he got it at the right time, too.
Yep.
I said, okay, so salute. So for me, those are my players on offense and defense. I gave the whole game out of them.
Yes, sir, dog. Garoppolo has smoke numbers, by the way, 322. Yes. Those are rack yards from Deebo Samuel. Not so much. The best and only good throw that he really made was to Brandon Ayuk in the end zone. Outside of that,
it was a miscommunication. It was miscommunication.
It was
miscommunication. So it was too easy. Yeah. So shout out to them boys, man.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to the defense, man. Good job out there, defense. Awesome job out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Man, our defense is here, bro.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Twitter, radio, and everything.
Man. Offensive
play calling, right? Mm-hmm. So, we won this football game. So, let's get that out the way. We won the game. But Todd Downing is getting blitzed on a lot of social media outlets, radio, and everything. And even where I was watching the game at a restaurant, at a bar, we sitting there watching the game, all the Titan fans like, what is he doing? What the hell is he doing? Let's talk about Todd Downing, bro. Let's talk about him, Jacques. Let's talk about the overall offensive play calling, bro. Give us your feedback on what you saw last night, bro.
So I seen inconsistency, okay? Inconsistent play calling that one play might be good. The other 2 plays, you like, what the hell are you doing? It's 2 plays that I can really go back and forth and like the AJ Brown play. So in that series, you had an opportunity to march down the field and score points. If it was a field goal or a touchdown, they had the momentum. But you call a end around to where AJ catches the reverse and he decides to throw the ball, right? You don't get cute in that situation. You run the ball. I know the run game wasn't working, but you was in 2nd and 6. You could have picked up at least 3. I had confidence to at least pick up 3 yards. Right. Another play that I was like, okay, what are you doing? It was the first quarter. Offense was sputtering. All of a sudden, you run that same reverse to AJ, and you have him coming around the corner, and you knowing good well we can read it. I read that on TV. I said, okay, you can tell Tannehill when he's giving the calls, you can tell he's looking, hey, come here, right? Come here. So just inconsistent play with Todd. I'm going to tell you what happened in the second half. And I told Hawk this. I said, Tannehill got in that huddle. He looked at AJ. He said, look, bro, let me tell you something. He said, this and we doing ain't working, okay? We calling these stupid plays. You remember what we used to do back last year with Arthur Smith? Do you remember them plays? You remember them routes? And Arthur
Oh,
Warren looked
man.
at him. You're right, bro. Let's do it. Todd down and gets him in his head. Say, hey, we're gonna do X well, X2, 3, cut, go. F that. This is what we gonna do. Arthur, you. All of a sudden, you see the offense start picking it up. And I'm like, what's this, right? I'm like, Tannehill, did you make a decision to say, hey, we're not running your offense. We're gonna do what we got to do? And after that, listen to what Arthur Warren said. He said, I'm having fun. If you notice, Vrabel goes over to, and you probably couldn't see this. If anybody noticed this, comment in the chat. If you're looking at it on TV, you see Vrabel over there talking to Tannehill and Todd Downing. And he's probably telling them the same thing. Get AJ the ball. What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right. Get that man the ball. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, people, I'm not on the fire Todd Downing train. I'm not.
Me neither.
Because I'm going to tell you why. When you start a new job, you're going to have bumps in the road.
That's right, bro.
It's not going to be easy. You're learning the system. Whatever you're doing, you're learning. Okay. It's not going to be perfect. Right. I told Hawkins, I said, if we didn't have the injuries, about this time, I felt like it would have clicked for Todd. And he would have been like, okay, I know what I got. I got this, got that. I got this. I need confidence because he needs confidence as a play caller. He needs to know, okay, like you said, I'm throwing the practice squad guys. They throwing to me and you, and it ain't going to work.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not going to work. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have a bright spot here. You're going to have a gray spot here. I've accepted it. I accepted it back in week 10. I was like, okay, it's Todd Downing. He's going to have some time to jail. He's going to have time to learn how to call plays because it's his first full time being a play caller, right? So now when you get to next year, I guarantee you what's going to happen. His play calling is going to elevate. He's an analytical guy too. So you add analytics and play calling to that. That's a smart dude. What's going to happen? He's going to know, okay, I got Julio. Julio can do this. I got AJ. He can do this. And whatever other pieces you add, right? Something I'm going to give him credit though. He did a lot of max protect. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. I did.
He dialed up something I haven't seen done in a while. He max protect. That's it. That's how I know he can call plays. He just needs to be redefined. Don't fire Todd Downing right now. I know everybody's in their feelings, emotional and everything. Don't fire him. He's just inconsistent as hell right now, and he'll get it. He'll get it. What about you, Hawk? How'd you feel about it?
Dude. So I absolutely agree with everything you just stated. In the first half, he struggled. There's no question about that. Play calling. I do like some of the blocking schemes that they did. Shout out to Dylan Radins, man, the rookie, bro. Shout out to Dylan Radins, man. Shout out to that young brother, man. We've been on him tough about, his struggles and things as a rookie and trying to figure this out. And, statistically, they might even say he didn't have, say, a great game. You went against Nick Bosa. And Jacques was telling me, he said, man, you see they switch sides, bro? You see they put him on another side? That's like Dylan Radins must be kicking his tail right now, right? Shout out to him. Putting him in a position to succeed, okay? So I would say this, man. First half, Todd Downing struggled in play calling. He did. And I think he was just so used to what he had been with over the past few weeks.
Facts, no paper.
Right?
Facts,
he was
no
like, I'm just doing
paper.
what we've been doing. What did we keep trying to do in the first half? Run the football. We ran it a lot in the first half, and it wasn't working, okay? It had been working, wasn't working this game. The 49ers seem to have been like, we're set to stop the run, and that's exactly what they did in the first half. So Todd Downing had to go back to the drawing board, kind of look at some things and say, hey, I forgot. Damn, we got A.J. Brown out here. I forgot. Oh, my gosh. That's not Cody Hollister out there. That's not Racey McMath out there. That's A.J. Brown. What am I doing? I think in the second half, something just woke up like, man, look, let's just try this a few times. Let's just try some simple pass plays to AJ, see what he does. And when AJ caught maybe 3 in a row and breaking tackles, like, man, they can't stop this guy. I think he was like, you know what? I need to do what I need to do. Just literally throw the ball to AJ Brown. Downset, throw it to AJ Brown, literally. And even for an instance where he's not open, it was more of a run play option, so to speak, with Ryan Tannehill. He had an option to, at times, to scramble and run, to kind of look in the middle, say for Ferkser, and throwing it to A.J. Brown. That seemed to be the offense in the second half, and that's why we woke up in the second half. His first half, I think he was just trying to figure things out. Did he fail in class for the first half? Absolutely. He probably would have got a D- in the first half. But in the second half, he got a B. He did really well in the second half, understanding what he has, understanding that, damn, they stopping the run. We're not Deontay Foreman, Big Nichols, those guys. It ain't happening tonight, bro. So, at times we want to, make sure we do that early enough to understand why I do got A.J. Brown back here. He's been practicing all week. The 49ers, we said in the pregame show, the 49ers defensive backs suck. They're terrible. 49ers, y'all going to have struggles in the playoffs. If y'all play a good quarterback and some receivers, y'all going to get lit up. I'm telling you. Pass rush is there. DBs aren't there, okay? And I think he just finally woke up. It's like, man, I gotta wake up. And I don't know if Mike Vrabel came in the locker room like, bro, come on, man, get your stuff together. And he did, and finally stepped up. So I'm not firing no Todd Downing. Man, we got a quick so many times of firing somebody because they had a bad game or bad stretch. That's not how it works. You can't keep recycling and recycling and recycling. It takes time. It took Arthur Smith time and everything too. And look what happened. He balled out, and now he's the head coach. So just got to give it some time, man.
So, I also want to add to that. Tannehill's best throw of the night. And let me say, his most key throw of the night was when he rolled out and threw on the run and threw it to AJ, and it was like third down. And I don't know the distance.
30-26, bro.
I'm not talking about that one. It's the other one.
The other one. Okay.
Yes. Where he rolled out, and I said, I haven't seen Tannehill do this. I said, he needs to do this more. He rolled out the pocket and zoom. And AJ caught it, and he backed up, boom, first down. I said, that's what we need to do. And another thing, too, when we can get up out of here, shout out to Nick Keenan Westbrook for catching a 3rd and 15.
That's right.
Hey, he was killing it, too. But, guys, think about this. We did it when the run game broke down.
Yep. That's right.
We were able to pass the ball when the run game broke down. Remember, they said the Titans can't pass the ball. All they can do is run. Well, you proved yesterday that you can do it now with AJ and Tannehill. When you add the King, now what we talked about in the beginning of the year, where pick your poison. Because AJ and the King remind me of each other, where they can break out and they can have 150 yards. AJ's not the first time AJ has had 125 or 130 yard games.
That's right.
He's done this a lot. He's done this a lot. So to get the King back, I have confidence, okay? Yep. My confidence level kind of went like this. So now I know we can pass the ball. So salute to them. Like you said, salute to Dylan Raiders, man. Great W. Let's get to the Dolphins. And they got a 10-day rest, so that's good for them.
That's right.
And you can get some more people healthy. Man, this team going to be dangerous, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, that ends the show, folks. As always, thank you for tuning in, listening to the show. We want to say as well, have a Merry Christmas. As you see my Titans tree right here. Love the tree. Got plenty of gifts under here for the children, the wife, and everybody. Again, as well, congratulations to the Tennessee Titans with a big victory. 10 wins this season, man. 10 wins, bro. That's not easy to do. And then we've done that, right? So as well, always, if you want to check us out on Instagram, check us out at Tennessee Titans Weekly, as well on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. You can check us out on Apple and Spotify as well for our podcast. And you can check our merchandise. The link's at the bottom at teespring.com, T-E-Spring. Even for Christmas. If you want a Christmas gift or something like that, man, check it out. We got some discounts on there as well, too, man.
I agree. And then once you do subscribe to the podcast on Apple, and once you do subscribe to the YouTube channel, please cut your notifications on. That way it'll let you know when we go live or when we post any content. And that way you don't miss any content. Because like I said before, people have told me that they missed the live. It didn't give them the notification. So make sure you cut it on. And when you do, like the video. It puts us in the algorithm. It says, hey, YouTube, go check out Tennessee Titans Weekly. So on to the next one, man. Tighten up. Merry Christmas to everybody. And we'll talk later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, as we always do with this Titans win, everyone should be smiling over the holidays. I know I will be. To you and yours, folks. Facts.
No paper.